SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. Hi, welcome to SBRForum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 4 in the NFL, and right now we are talking with Stephen O from EventDataServices.com, who has a simulator where he simulates every NFL game and has a very accurate record, long-term, predicting the outcomes of NFL games and value on spread. Stephen O, thanks for joining us again this week.
Thank you for having me. You may notice my eyes are a little red. I swear it's an allergy. It's not because I've been crying from having 2 straight weeks where my pick has, blown a double-digit fourth quarter lead,
well,
with 15-point swings coming back to bite me. But so yeah, it's allergies, it's not tears.
Hey, no, you went 1-1 last week. That was okay. Yeah, the spread was a little dicey at the end, but the over covered easily. Tell us a little bit about EventDataServices.com and how you're doing this year at your service.
We're doing really well. We make a pick for every game for our clients, but because a lot of our clients are kind of what we consider consensus players. They use their own systems, maybe sign up for other guys' systems, use your resources, and they like to see what we have on every pick. But then there's the guys who just want to get a lot of guidance, be told exactly what to do. For those guys, we give them a top 2 or 3 or 4 best picks each week. And we rate each pick based on a confidence scale of how close our line is to the betting line. The further apart they are, the better we've done historically. So the combination gives something for everyone, every type of style of bettor. And we've had great success with 55% overall on all of our picks and 63% on our high confidence picks.
Awesome. Well, I always love what you have to say in videos, and it's a great service over there. Ton of valuable and predictive information, as you said, for all kinds of bettors. All right. Eagles at Broncos is the game we're going to discuss. Denver, of course, we know the deal with them, right? Peyton Manning having maybe the best start of any quarterback in NFL history. Broncos are a 10.5-point home favorite. Total's 57, which is up from 55. Now, as awesome as the Broncos are, maybe the lines have caught up with them. And we saw last week, they were favored by about 16 over Oakland, and they wound up winning by about that much. The Eagles, it's hard to say what you're going to get with them each week. They're pretty unpredictable, but we do know that they're going to have 9 days to prepare for this game, while the Broncos are on the other side, getting only 5 days to prep. So let's just start with that. In your models, do you take something like that into consideration, and how significant is it really?
Yeah, we don't do a straight, you're going to be at X% if you've only had 6 days. But what we do is we look at every player and all the key players and, who's questionable, doubtful, certainly who's dealing with injuries. Mm-hmm. And if a team, let's just say for the sake of argument that Demaryius Thomas got hurt. He had a little ankle issue, but let's just say it was more serious and he was listed as questionable or questionable to doubtful, then yeah, it would impact our model because we would have him, without enough time to fully prepare. It doesn't necessarily help the Eagles by being fully rested. What we do know is that if they had injury issues coming out of last week, then we would say, okay, those probably are resolved. One thing that came into factor, it doesn't really impact the model as much. It does impact my own personal picks. Mm-hmm. A few weeks ago, I really liked the Jets to cover plus 11 against the Patriots because the Patriots, their starting receivers all went down to injury, and they only had 3 games to get these new guys implemented. And I saw that from a qualitative standpoint.
All right, but so you're saying that just for people who are eyeballing it, in your opinion, all things being equal, the difference between having 9 days to prep and 5 is not that big in the NFL?
No, I don't believe so.
All right. Okay, well, we'll see what you have to say about this game. We know the deal here. Broncos are freaking awesome. Maybe the best play is the over, even at the inflated total. Open at 55. Now it's up to 57. But, all 3 of Denver's games have gone over 57. 2 of the Eagles' games have gone to 60. So maybe even at 57, the over is the play. Is that what you like here?
Not strongly. We only have a slight over pick on this because while Denver's offense can score certainly 35 plus easily, I'm not a big believer in the Eagles' offense. I think that Chip Kelly's realized that, yeah, he wants to play a high-paced offense, but his defense will be destroyed, especially in the second half playing in Mile High, if they try to play this frenetic, high-paced offense. So he can't play as fast as he'd like to play. And then secondly, Denver's defense is playing with a real chip on his shoulder. With Von Miller's suspension, everyone was saying this, and Elvis Dumervil going to Baltimore, everyone said their defense was going to be, shot, didn't have a pass rush, and they're trying to prove that they have all this. Denver as a team is highly motivated from the playoff loss, the fact that the Chiefs are 3-0. So the Eagles' offense, they look great that first week, that first half against Washington, but as we've seen since then, Washington's defense is not good. And the fact that the Eagles only scored 7 in the second half of that game, combined with 10 in the first half, versus San Diego, combined with 16 all game versus Kansas City. You know, you could argue that the Eagles' offense, from a straight points scored, and that's what we're talking about here, hasn't even been very good.
So you're liking, despite the short week for the Broncos and the long rest for the Eagles, the Broncos to cover the 10.5-point spread.
Yeah, maybe it'd be a little different if this is week 14, and Payton's taking a lot of hits, but he still seems pretty untouched and pretty spry.
Can't really argue with it. Denver's looking like a perfect team right now. Thanks so much, Stephen O. from eventdataservices.com.
Thank you very much.